Captain with Franklin Drake again, back on subspace. Back to prove. Obviously, the Davidians have found a way to harness the surge of cryonic energy. The existence of the Davidian portal means they're traveling freely between the station in the present and in the past. Since the 21st century technology can't detect the Davidian phase shift, that time period is rife with potential victims. Our choice now is to stop the incursions at the source. You have to take that portal into the past and find out how the Davidians are creating this new surge of cryonic energy. Stop them and find a way back without altering the timeline. Don't worry about temporal investigations, I'll pull a few strings. They'll never know that you're gone. Best to keep your team small just in case. Captain's Log Supplemental. Myself, Takara, and Larisse are down in the maintenance shafts, preparing to enter the Davidian portal. Unknown what we're going to find, it's going to be a highly dangerous mission. But it's for the good of Starfleet. So they have told us to make it so. A properly modulated energy discharge should allow us to use this portal to follow the Davidians back through time. Once we get there, though, it might be a bit trickier to get back. We should bring a few people as possible to minimize the chance of distorting the timeline. We're still in Drazona Station, sir, just in the past. We need to be very careful here, Captain. If we damage the station or injure anyone, we could damage the timeline irrevocably. Even if Drake doesn't care about the temporal prime directive, we should. We're still Starfleet officers after all. Set weapons to heavy stun. We're still in the computer core, Captain. Strange. I wonder why there's nobody here. From what I remember about this time period, there should be someone here, even just a technician. If we can find the right parts, we could cobble together a subspace field emitter, and perhaps get an idea of what the Davidians are doing down here. But using 21st century technology will make it much more difficult. The Federation won't develop ways to detect the subspace variances that Davidians are using until almost a century from now. I'll make a list of equipment here that we can use to fine-tune the Drazona Station sensor array. We can probably find the regulator components somewhere near the computer core and an induction coil in the power system level. Alright, let's get to work. No wonder there's nobody here. The station is on medical alert. Non-essential personnel are confined to quarters and the computer core is locked down. Unfortunately, that lockdown works both ways. No one can get in, but we can't get out either. Lucky for us that these old systems have well documented problems. It shouldn't be too difficult to override the controls. So these old duotronic computers have a memory fault that makes them susceptible to overloads. An overload could cause it to lose process, like the one locking the computer to the computer core. In this century, there shouldn't be any tasks that could overload them, but there's an infamous 24th century warp geometry problem that would be unsolvable with the processing power available to this computer. If we set the computer to divert processing to that part of this problem, it might be able to cause the computer memory overwrite that would make the computer lose its security lockout. Gee whiz, that a master talk. See how this dialogue? Tongue twisters extraordinaire. Right. That did it. The door should open now. Okay, let's go. Hey, what are you doing here? This station is on medical alert. Notice is supposed to be in the computer area above me. Is that a weapon? Don't try anything out, or I'll have to stun you. I'm lost. The lift shouldn't even have let you down to this level. How did you get here? Um, I was stuck in the lift when the situation went to alert. This is where it let me out. You should have used this intercom to call for assistance. It's not safe to move about the station during a medical alert. Right, I should get back up to the main station area. Follow me. I'm going to call security for an escort. But if I'm contagious, won't that be dangerous? Yeah, I guess you're right. Look, just go to the maintenance lift and get to the Mercy Medical Center as soon as possible and get checked out. There's a doctor up there who can set up a triage center for the patients. Thanks. Really need to put in automated defenses. That side of the defenses, a Deutronic transducer relay. Those are lagging. Sir, I'm reading a patrol team ahead. Since the station is a medical alert, they're probably following a standard patrol pattern. We might be able to sneak past them or even lock them in one of the side rooms. Oh shit. We're gonna be forced to stun yous. I was gibberish while I was trying to get through the door. My fault. More trial ways. There must be divisions somewhere in the station in this time period. Oh hey, you shouldn't be here. You should get up to the quarantine area. What are you working on? I'm just running a level 3 night diagnostic on the subsystem. The computers on the station are quite saved with art. I can simulate an entire copy of the station and display every piece of it in a wireframe model. Perhaps you should show me. I'm really busy with diagnostics, sorry. You really should go up to quarantine area. Excuse me. Hmm. Hmm. Disconnect power. Get a blank regulator from the console. Right. Right. Okay, let's proceed forward. Put the maintenance left. This is the power distribution level, sir. Security's over in the turbo lift. They must have detected our arrival. Station security will probably be here any minute now. If we're going to get out of this without a fight, we better look for alternative quickly. We have to find a console that we can use to override the turbo lift so we can get going. Right. Jeffrey's trip. Another good Starfleet officer, sir. The precautions might be to avoid them while they're not looking. Hold it right there. Um. Oh, let's get me out. Larissa. We had no choice. We had to take the security team down. We had to get to this console. Let's override the lockout. Visions again. So we should be able to find an induction coil on this level as part of our power system. Then we simply need to rig the subspace and juice it to the sensor array, and we can pinpoint the Davidian's incursion. Sorry, you don't have time to help anyone else right now. Alright. You there! Don't just stand there. Come over here and help me, man. Give me a hand. People are dropping like flies in this station, and that's all I can do to keep up. Who are you? A coin, Leonard H. But this is no time for introductions. What do you need me to? As far as I can tell, all of the people reporting seeing their strange blue flashes of light. Now they're all dying. They're worse than dead. Their brains are gone. Whatever this disease is, it's suppressing brain activity at an alarming rate. It's almost as if the energy between the neurons was being removed somehow. The blue flashes seem to be associated with a strange form of radiation. So we're set up the triage center here. That crazy engineer said that the power distribution station is heavily shielded. What kind of radiation? How should I know? I'm a doctor, not an engineer. The blue flashes are still happening anyway. We need some way to replace that neuroenergy, jumpstart our brain somehow. Like reinforcing our brain shield generator? I suppose that's one way of looking at it. But the mind is much more complex and delicate. And maybe that's the key. The brain must be able to restart itself. If stimulated correctly, give it the energy it needs, and then a stimulus to make it spread throughout the nervous system. I need to know how much neural energy the survivors have, so we can figure out how much they've lost. Then we need to apply cortical stimulators at the correct frequency. It's no panacea, but it may save the lives of the crew. Saving our lives is important to make sure that everything turns out the way it should. Come on, grab a tricorder and start checking the neural activity in some of these survivors. Take note of your readings. We're going to have to calculate the difference from healthy mind and determine the right frequency to stimulate the brain. A normal human neuron has a resting potential of minus 70 millivolts. Once you have some readings, we'll calibrate a cortical stimulator and try to revive some of these people. We've got the cure. Call Dr. McCoy and get this to the station commander. So this might be a good chance to find an induction coil. Let's go with the parts. Oops. It's working, sir. The emitter is adjusted the active scanners for the station. What will make of these readings? Imaging shows the station is becoming suffused with cryolic radiation. The radiation is coming from Griffin's comet. The comet itself is emitting mass amounts of cryolic energy. The Dividends must have realized that it's natural source of this energy and are using it as an easy way to shift into sync with us. It's like riding through the wake of a ship in the water. But that's not all they're doing, sir. They're harnessing the cryolic energy and infusing it with chronoton particles. With that, they could have enough energy to move the entire station out of phase, maybe even the entire sector. We have to stop them. That comet is the key, sir. But we can't do anything about the comet without a ship. And I don't think this 21st century vessel is going to be able to do the job. With this information unclear, we have to find some way to destroy Griffin's comet, sir. We can use one of the auxiliary reactors in sync with the subspace emitter that we've hooked up to the station in order to make a temporary portal that will take us back to our time. Once we get back, we have to report in and find a way to bring a ship back with us to destroy the comet. Civilians. We have another problem. We've absorbed so much trial radiation at this point that traveling through a gate again could cause radiation poisoning. Normally, we'll just use hydrogen to flush it out, but our medical supplies aren't protected against phase shifting. Our hydrogen supply is probably already irradiated. It isn't the sort of problem that comes up frequently. We need to large doses of hydrogen to chelate out the existing cryolic radiation and protect us from the transition back through the portal. There's only one person who can probably get it for us. Oh, Dr. McCoy is. You guessed that. McCoy. Something else you need. Actually, I have a friend who took a little too much cryolic radiation and could do with some huranoin. A friend, eh? Before that radiation flares that the station is experiencing, we're probably going to need little short of huranoin ourselves. I could maybe spare a hypo, but if your friend is getting radiation, he or she's on the station already, I need a double dose to chelate out a significant amount of cryolic radiation. You should never lie to your doctor or your bartender. That much radiation would mean you're experiencing something close to the epicenter, like filling around with your cryolic waves. You don't need green blood and pointy ears to know that is a bad idea. When the people in the station really need it, you can come through. I appreciate that. I think I can spare a few doses. Just don't let the station's captain hear about it. Look, I'm not sure who you are or where you came from, but I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. She's just an old country doctor, but I know better than to ask too many questions about a little unexpected help. You probably shouldn't loiter around here too much longer, or people will start to ask questions. I'm going to put those cortical stimulators to good use. We can take the portal back to our time whenever you're ready, sir. So Durfin's comment is the source of the cryolic radiation. This explains a lot. However, we cannot simply destroy it in our time. The Dominions have means to go back to the 21st century and harness its energy there. However, that will be their only other chance before that. There's no Drazona station, so there's no place that will close enough to the comet's trajectory to be of use to them. The only logical solution is to alter the past, destroy the comet there, and save the Federation. As it happens, I have access to the ways to transport your ship back to the 21st century. It's risky, but I think the odds are in your favor, and if they aren't, there's always time for another try. I'll make the arrangements. Stay in touch. Break up.